Wakey, wakey. I hope you're feeling well rested and relaxed, ready to start your day. I thought we could spend a little bit of time together this morning, just easing into the day, maybe with a nice warm cup of tea, some relaxing Reiki. I've also got this new massage. It's like a massage melt that I thought we could wake your muscles up in your face, your head and your neck, and also plan for the day, set some intentions for herself. So I've just lit this uplifting candle for you. It's lemongrass and rosemary. So I'm just going to pop this aside. Alright. I have a couple of tea options for you today, okay? So they're all really good for the morning. Obviously, just like a little gentle wake up. They've not got any caffeine in them, so you can still have your coffee later on or your caffeine tea. But we have a couple of options. So one of my personal faves is the buttermint tea. So you could have this one. This one is, so it says, see the delicate flutter of butterfly wings in the warm summer's breeze. Let your imagination run free as you race through the fields, feeling the joy run through you with every step. So what does it taste like? It's a delicious harmony of peppermint leaves in all their fresh tasting glory, blended with a hint of toffee and vanilla notes for a dreamy satin soft buttermint finish. The creamy sweetness will take you back to the nostalgic flavors of a charming little sweet shop. This honestly just sings to me. I love that description. Okay. And then we have this one, which is blackcurrant and blueberry. So this one, it says, the cheeky laugh and your secret hiding place, the burst of water and the sense of achievement as a lucky shot is rewarded with victory. What does it taste like? Bursting with the mouth-watering flavour of blackcurrants and blueberries, this infusion will take you back to your childhood. And this is so true because I remember, especially on cold days, my mum used to heat Ribena juice. So we would have, like diluting juice or squash, you might call it, like Ribena. And you would have that with some hot water in it instead of cold, and it would be really nice. And then finally we just have this. This is a raspberry leaf tea. So this is all completely natural, and it's basically for natural, like herbal wellness. It's really good for you, and you can add lemon and honey for taste to this one. What would you like? We're gonna go with the childhood. This one. Okay. Let's smell that. It smells so good. you can already see that it's gone kind of like blackcurranty, kind of purpley taste. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with my brain? It has gone a purpley colour. It smells like blackcurrant, is what I meant to say. I'm just gonna set this down right here beside you, just there, okay? Beside you on the right side, and I'll set this up. Alright. Okay. Well, I would like you to tell me first of all, how are you feeling this morning? What's your energy like? How are you feeling? Are you feeling really tired? Or do you feel excited for the day? Are you feeling happy or stressed? Anything at all, let me know. What are you feeling just now? Okay. Alright, okay. Let's just pop this here and see what we have for you. I think maybe a clear quartz would be a good one to absorb any negative energies. And a tiger's eye would be good for balancing those energies. For, wisdom, good fortune. And we'll maybe do a bit of citrine as well. Here we are. Okay. Now I'm going to place these on you. And we're going to do a couple little touch sequences just to help flow that energy. I just like the idea of it. I like the idea that you can just give yourself more energy from crystals in the morning. So we're going to put this one here. Okay. This one. There. And this one. There we are. Okay, does that feel okay on you? Good. Alright. I'll move this slightly out of the way. Got little tiny beads of peach moonstone just spilling everywhere. I had these recharging the other night because there was a full moon and you're meant to put your crystals out on your windowsill so that it absorbs the energy and the power from the full moon. So I did that to see if they'd work better for me. Okay. I'm gonna just slowly do the touch sequence now. So this is literally just to move the energy through your body, okay? So I'm going to put my hand on all of the different chakras. So we're going to start up here. So we're just going to hold a hand here. And then we're going to touch here in your throat chakra. Your heart chakra. Your solar plexus. Down here, I think there's 7. And further down, okay. Gonna do that again, so we'll go up to your 3rd eye. Your throat. Your heart. Solar plexus. That's it, just relax. And your root chakra as well, there all the way down to the bottom. Okay. And one more time. Your heart. your root. There. How do you feel? Okay, good. I'm just gonna take this one off you. And then this one off you. And then this one off you. Alright. Come a little bit closer here. Like this. Is this okay? Okay, because I have this massage mitt that I'm going to use. And I also have this too, which is just a little spray just to relax you. It's got lavender, eucalyptus, vetiver, and jasmine. So I'm just going to spray this around you, okay? Alright. So this here is this, oh, it's gorgeous. It's called Breathe. It's this massage melt that is almost like a gel fondant with eucalyptus and rosemary, and it's just so nice on the skin. If you smell that, it's so soothing. So we're just gonna use a little bit, and I'm just gonna gently begin to massage this into your face, okay? It's just to get as I said, your muscles warmed up. Let's get the blood flowing for the day. Are you still feeling okay? Good. Slowly pushing this down here, your neck. Like so. And the sun is shining today, which is so good. It's like a kind of early spring, warm morning. And the sun is shining. The sky is a pale shade of blue, with little wisps of cloud stretching high into the sky, doing little to obscure the sun's powerful rays. Everything is gonna be okay. We are. Alright, we're just gonna pull that down like so. I'm gonna push this down like so. Now we're going to just really, not quickly, but we're just going to do a couple of stretches, okay? So I just want you to just fold your arm over and reach over your head with your arm, like so, with your bend over, just to give these muscles a really nice stretch. And then with the other arm. And just reach up high. And then interlace your fingers and just push out like so. And circle your neck this way and the other way. just roll your shoulders as well. Shrug and roll. Alrighty. Let's see here. Okay. I have a little notebook here because I would like us to write some intentions or plans for the day. So it's a beautiful day. Well, what would you like to do? You can do anything at all. The world is your oyster. So what to do for the day? We could go for a walk in the countryside. Maybe bring a picnic. We could have a wonderful breakfast outside in the sunshine. Drink a coffee out there too. We could go somewhere for breakfast if you'd like. We could go swimming. Go up to Loch Lomond. There's a really nice small town up there called Lass. And it's got like a little beach on the water's edge, and there's really nice kind of cafes and restaurants and little shops to look in. We could go there. It's like an hour or so to drive. We could go into the city, go shopping, go for some lunch. We could go to the gym or do some yoga. Or, as it's a nice day, if you want to do an activity like tennis or badminton or some other really fun activity, alpaca trekking. There's lots of things that we could do. And then for intentions, set yourself an intention for the day. So there's two things. So something that you want yourself to manifest. So you want to have a really good day. You want to do something, an intention. And something that you're also thankful for today. What are you grateful for? I am grateful for my doggies. I'm feeling all the doggy love today. I'm grateful for my doggies and how well behaved they are. Okay, what are you grateful for? It could be anything at all. So it doesn't need to be something massive. Like, it doesn't need to be something you think it should be. Like, there's a roof over my head, or I've got food on my plate. It doesn't need to be that, but it could be anything at all. Anything, no matter how small. What are you grateful for? And then just let it go, and then set yourself an intention. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna come a little closer while you have some more of your tea and slowly wake up. And I'm gonna read you a little really short story. A very, very short story. Let's see if there's something that we could do that's fun. It's not that one. And it's not that one. Let's see. I'm like, I don't know what I want to read you. a portrait. "Hello there, Milial," said somebody near me. I looked at the man who had been pointed out, as I had been wishing for a long time to meet this Don Juan. He was no longer young. His grey hair looked a little like those fur bonnets worn by certain northern peoples, and his long beard, which fell down over his chest, had also somewhat the appearance of fur. He was talking to a lady, leaning toward her, speaking in a low voice, and looking at her with an expression full of respect and tenderness. I knew his life, or at least as much of it as was known. He had laughed madly several times, and there had been certain tragedies with which his name had been connected. When I spoke to the women who were the loudest in his praise, and asked them whence came this power, they always answered, after thinking for a while, "I don't know. He has a certain charm about him." He was certainly not handsome. He had none of the elegance that we ascribe to conquerors of feminine ear hearts. I wondered what might be his hidden charm. Was it mental? I had never heard of a clever saying of his. In his glance, perhaps, or in his voice. The voices of some beings have a certain irresistible attraction, almost suggesting the flavour of good things to eat. One is hungry for them, and the sound of their words penetrates us like a dainty morsel. A friend was passing. I asked him, "Do you know Monsieur Milial?" "Yes." "Introduce us." A minute later we were shaking hands and talking in the doorway. What he said was correct, agreeable to hear. It contained no irritable thought. The voice was sweet, soft, caressing, musical, but I had heard others much more attractive, much more moving. Once listened to him with pleasure, just as one would look at a pretty little brook. No tension of the mind was necessary in order to follow him. No hidden meaning aroused curiosity. No expectation awoke interest. His conversation was rather restful, but it did not awaken in one either a desire to answer, to contradict, or to approve, and it was as easy to answer him as it was to listen to him. The response came to the lips of its own accord as soon as he had finished talking, and phrases turned toward him as if he had naturally aroused them. One thought soon struck me. I had known him for a quarter of an hour, and it seemed as if he were already one of my old friends, that I had known all about him for a long time. His face, his gestures, his voice, his ideas. Suddenly, after a few minutes of conversation, he seemed already to be installed in my intimacy. All constraint disappeared between us, and had he so desired, I might have confided in him as one confides only in old friends. Certainly, there was some mystery about him. Those barriers that are closed between most people, and yet are lowered with time when sympathy, similar tastes, equal intellectual culture, and constant intercourse remove constraint. Those barriers seem not to exist between him and me, and no doubt this was the case between him and all people, both men and women, whom fate threw in his path. After half an hour we parted, promising to see each other often, and he gave me his address after inviting me to take a luncheon with him in 2 days. I forgot what hour he had stated, and I arrived too soon. He was not yet home. A correct and silent domestic showed me into a beautiful, quiet, softly lighted parlour. I felt comfortable there, at home. How often I had noticed the influence of apartments on the character and on the mind. There are some which make one feel foolish, and others, on the contrary, one always feels lively. Some make us sad, although well lighted and decorated in light-coloured furniture. Others cheer us up, although hung with sombre material. Our eye, like our heart, has its likes and dislikes, of which it does not inform us, and which it secretly imposes on our temperament. The harmony of furniture or walls, the style of an ensemble, act immediately on our mental state, just as the air from the woods, the sea, or the mountains modifies our physical nature. I sat down on a cushion-covered divan and felt myself suddenly carried and supported by these little silk bags of feathers, as if the outline of my body had been marked out beforehand on this couch. Then I looked about. There was nothing striking about the room. Everywhere were beautiful and modest things, simple and rare furniture, oriental curtains which did not seem to come from a department store, but from the interior of a harem. And exactly opposite me hung the portrait of a woman. It was a portrait of medium size, showing the head and the upper part of the body, and the hands which were holding a book. She was young, bareheaded, ribbons were woven in her hair. She was smiling sadly. Was it because she was bareheaded? Was it merely her natural expression? I never have seen a portrait of a lady which seemed so much in its place as that one in that dwelling. Of all those I knew, I have seen nothing like that one. All those I know are on exhibition, whether the lady be dressed in her gaudiest gown, with an attractive headdress, and a look which shows that she is posing first of all before the artist, and then before those who will look at her, or whether they have taken a comfortable attitude in an ordinary gown. Some are standing majestically in all their beauty, which is not at all natural to them in life. All of them have something, a flower or a jewel, a crease in the dress or a curve of the lip, which one feels to have been placed there for effect by the artist. Whether they wear a hat or merely their hair, one can immediately notice that they are not entirely natural. Why? One cannot say without knowing them, but the effect is there. They seem to be calling somewhere on people whom they wish to please, and to whom they wish to appear at their best advantage, and they have studied their attitudes, sometimes modest, sometimes haughty. What could one say about this one? She was at home and alone. Yes, she was alone, for she was smiling as one smiles when thinking in solitude of something sad or sweet, and not as one smiles when one is being watched. She seemed so much alone and so much at home that she made the whole large apartment seem absolutely empty. She alone lived in it, filled it, gave it life. Many people might come in and converse, laugh, even sing. She would still be alone. And she alone would give it life with her pictured gaze. That look also was unique. It fell directly on me, fixed and caressing without seeing me. All portraits know that they are being watched, and they answer with their eyes, which see, think, follow us without leaving us, from the very moment we enter the apartment they inhabit. This one did not see me, it saw nothing, although its look was fixed directly on me. I remembered the surprising verse of Baudelaire, and your eyes attractive as those of a portrait. They did indeed attract me in an irresistible manner, those painted eyes which had lived, or which were perhaps still living, threw over me a strange, powerful spell. Oh, what an infinite and tender charm, like a passing breeze, like a dying sunset of lilac, rose, and blue, a little sad, like the approaching night, which comes behind the sombre frame and out of those impenetrable eyes. Those eyes, created by a few strokes from a brush, hide behind them the mystery of that which seems to be and which does not exist, which can appear in the eyes of a woman, which can make love blossom within us. The door opened and M. Milial entered. He excused himself for being late. I excused myself for being ahead of time. Then I said, "Might I ask you who is this lady?" He answered, "That is my mother. She died very young." Then I understood whence came the inexplicable attraction of this man. Sorry, I was like fumbling over myself there. I'm trying to read that. Well, I feel like we are ready to start our day, so I will leave you to get yourself ready